Guys, it's great to be back for another one of our shipping videos, and if you haven't been following what we do here, if this is the first time you've seen an Emerald shipping video, really I should explain. This is where we have a look at the guitars that we completed the week before. We have a look at where they're going to around the world. We have a look at the specifications and colours, and it's just a really great way of seeing the variety of guitars that we make weekly. And I know you guys love to watch it, but we also love to watch it. It's really nice to see a collection of our work all together in one rack, and it just gives a really nice sense of achievement. We'll also be looking at the guitars that we sold from our stock section on our website that have already shipped out, and we'll be looking at them on the screen. So it's also, the shipping video is a time where I like to, give you some news, fill you in on some of the behind the scenes details. And this week's shipping video I'm dedicating to my wife, Kim. 2 days ago we celebrated our 25th wedding anniversary, and we had a beautiful time. We went off together to Ashford Castle, and I have to thank the Emerald staff. Actually, they gave us a voucher last Christmas for Ashford Castle, so we got an opportunity to use it, and it's just the most amazing place. But yeah, I want to dedicate this shipping video to Kim, or this video to Kim. And Kim has been my backbone right the way from the start. So we've been married 25 years, and about 6 months after we got married, I started to build guitars. So it's coming up to that 25th anniversary next year of Emerald Guitars as well. But Kim she's been my backbone. She's been my inspiration. She's been my best friend through all this, and she's been incredibly patient. So Kim, I just have to thank you for giving me 25 incredible years, for making Emerald Guitars what it could possibly be. And guys, we might see if we can try and get her to come in here. She's the person behind the scenes. She's involved in the business in more behind the scenes ways, and it's always very hard to get her in front of the camera. So I'm thinking maybe we see if we could get Kim to come and do next week's shipping video along with me. So if you like that idea, make sure you put it in the comments. Tell Kim that you want her in the shipping video. But Kim, thank you for allowing me to explore my crazy ideas and my dreams, and support me all along the way. I definitely could not have done it without you. So that's the romantic stuff done. Now let's look at guitars. And the first one that we're looking at here is really a brand new model. The first couple of these have gone out already, but this is a new model, the Lefty Amicus. And we had the Amicus model before, but this is the left-handed version, a new updated Amicus version. And we haven't yet fully added it to the website. It's there in the model section. It's not on the 3D builder yet, but will be very soon. And we've also just added a number of these to stock. So this month we're highlighting the Amicus. So this is kind of our Amicus month, and it's such a fantastic instrument, just such a great sound. And just with the unison strings, it's an 18-inch scale length, unison strings tuned up to D, and it gives you that sort of high brilliance that you get from a mandolin, but with a little bit more depth and overtones and dynamic. And it really is it's sort of that mandolin for the guitar player, and so much more. So definitely you have to listen to some of the videos. Go into our YouTube channel and find Amicus videos. You'll definitely not be disappointed. And so this one is going out to Nicholas in Louisiana, and it's our green carbon on the back and sides. It's got that the gold hardware and the gold dots, so that really nice green and gold theme there that works so well on the Amicus. And that reminds me, actually, there was a couple of questions were asked in last week's shipping video, and one of them was about the Amicus. And the question was, can you put octave strings on the Amicus? Like in a regular 12-string guitar, it's got octaves rather than the unison strings. You could do it, but really it's not what I would advise on the Amicus. I think the beauty of this is having the unison strings. It gives you a little bit more rhythmic, sort of punchy sound out of it, I think. But if you really wanted to put octave strings on, you could on the 3 lowest strings. So it's possible. You wouldn't be able to, I don't think you get an octave string to work on this one, but these 3 lowest, I think you could just about get an octave that would work on them. So that answers that one. Next guitar we've got is going out to Richard in Michigan. So Richard's got one of our X7s. X7 finished in red carbon back and sides. And the X7 is our small body parlor guitar, 24-inch scale length, so that slightly shorter scale length just makes it that little bit lighter tension, a little bit easier to play if you sort of for stretches, for chords. And this one has our high vibe pickup system. Really good pickup system for an X7. I think the two go really well hand in hand. And a lot of people like to use the X7 as a travel guitar. We call it a parlor size guitar because it's just so much than just a guitar that you would use for traveling with, but certainly travels very well. And with the high vibe, it's just a really great package. You've got so much in that pickup system to keep you occupied as you travel around the world. Now, Diogo in Illinois, another X7 finished in the black carbon, and this one is a fan fret. So fan frets, or multi-scales it can be called, is something that we offer as an option across all our guitars. If you go into the 3D builder, it's there as an option. It's not a visual option, so you won't actually see it on the builder, but it is an option you can choose. On the X7, I actually don't have the details of what scale was chosen on this, but I'm assuming it's probably 24 to 25-inch scale, and that just gives a little bit longer scale length on the bass side here. So it's a really nice addition to a build if you want to just make it a little bit more special and like the fan fret concept. So black carbon all round, and that black carbon bridge there just works so well with the black carbon and the black carbon unidirectional carbon fretboard. Another X7 is going to Daryl in British Columbia, and this is another custom X7. This one is teal, which is a really beautiful color and something we're actually going to be adding to the website very soon. So you should be able to see teal in the builder very soon. Teal on the back and sides, again with a high vibe pickup system. And yeah, it's a color that we've just really loved. We've done it on a few guitars recently. Never got around to putting it fully into production, but people in the know sometimes ask for it, and but yeah, it's going to be on the website very soon. Now here's another very interesting color. This is going to Edna in Florida. So this is an X10 12-string, and the color on this is blue Koto. So it's a Koto veneer that's been dyed blue, and it's just got this really nice subtle color with texture. There's a really nice iridescence off it, and just in the wood grain it's got like almost like black flecks that run through it, and it just gives a great character. Blends really nicely into the sides. That black just looks like it disappears into the black fade around the edges here. Beautifully done. And it's a blue vibrant weave back and sides. It's a great combination. I think the two have a very, very similar color, very similar vibrance, and that works very nicely together. And as I say, this is one of our 12 strings. So right across the board, we offer our various different guitars available as a 12-string upgrade. And the X10 is a beautiful version of that. We don't do a lot. We seem to do more X7 12 strings, but an X10 12 string is a really nice compact body size, and really has a great sound. Ellerbrag's element pickup system, and week after week we get more and more 12 strings going out of here, and it's really is one of the best things that we do. You know, carbon is just such a great way to build a 12-string guitar. Okay, so Jay in Michigan has gone for an X10 slimline. So the X10, so that's basically the same body size as what we just saw, except slimmed down to about half the thickness. And it's a smaller body, very comfortable body, but also has really good acoustic projection. Amplified, works fantastically. It's got the 6 adjustable Graphtec pickups here. It's got K&K Pure Minis inside, and you know, sometimes with a smaller, thinner body, it's got less air to move, and actually it amplifies that a little bit better. Yeah, it's a really good stage guitar. Amber back and sides, amber on top. It's got the Co.Donegal 510s in Cosmo Black, which are really fantastic tuners, and altogether a really nice slimline acoustic guitar. Now from that we're going to Ian in Chatham, and this is basically the same body size, but this is a Virtuo. So with the X10 slimline, really it's designed to preserve all the acoustic properties of the guitar. With this, because we've made it much more about the electric pickups, we've had to compromise the acoustic performance in some ways. It still has a good acoustic sound. You know, when you strum this unplugged, it still has pretty solid acoustic projection. But really this guitar is all about the plugged in sounds. So it's got the Fishman preamp, the Fishman Fluence humbuckers. It's got the Graphtec pickups. It's got the MIDI connectivity, all running through Graphtec preamps, and just a fantastic system to just be able to blend all these different sounds together, and gives you so much versatility. Inlay on the fretboard here is the Celtic knots in silver, and that black carbon all around just looks so good. Now we're going into 3 Redwood Burl guitars, and a great example just of how different Redwood Burl is. We sourced this beautiful Redwood Burl, and I just love the kaleidoscope of colors and patterns that come through on it. Every piece is unique, and this one is certainly a good example of that. So this one's here on a Virtuo, same pickup system as we had in that previous one. Fretboard inlay is the vines, the black hardware all round, and black carbon back and sides, and the beautiful pattern of that Redwood Burl. And it's just so nice. I just love the different versions of brown. So it's all brown tones, goes from almost black right into to the light golden browns here in the various areas, and it really catches the light beautifully. So let's go into Jim in Minnesota. Then we have one going out to Jack in Georgia. This one's an X20, and you can see a very different pattern on this one. I just love how it's got like almost like a little heart running down here. Just amazing patterns running in the center here. It's like almost like a little fan pattern running in the center, and just so much detail going on in that top. Really beautiful. It's got the Celtic knots in white running up the fretboard. This has got red carbon back and sides, and a high vibe pickup system. Then we've got Federico in New York, another X20, and kind of similar, but quite different to that previous one. You know, you can see those similar colors, but a very different pattern. And yeah, it's really fun on the 3D Builder. If you go into the 3D Builder at emeraldguitars.com and just have a look at all the different veneers in stock. And on that builder, there's a little slider that allows you to just position the veneer up and down, and just find exactly the right position where it looks at its best. And you know, what we see is finding nice details like this that just center nicely in the strings. You know, finding a detail like this that just fits perfectly in the bottom of the guitar. And what I like in this one, and how it's been positioned, it almost looks like the pattern here just frames the body of the guitar perfectly. You know, it really does just match the shape. So that's the sort of thing you can do in the 3D Builder. Just find that perfect position and design a guitar. Red carbon back and sides again on this one, and again with a high vibe pickup system. So the last one is going out to Brian in New Jersey, and this one's an X30. It's our big jumbo guitar. It's a really big body to give you that big bassy sound. It's got that big contoured body, such a beautiful shape, and this one has a Paul Ferro veneer. And Paul Ferro has the great contrasts between the light woods, the blacks, all the various different browns, and I almost see some slight reds and pink kind of hue coming through on it as well. So a lot of really nice color, nice pattern on it, I love the lines that almost frame the neck running right down here, and just works well on that top. Fretboard inlay is the gold dots, matched with the gold hardware, and an amber carbon back and sides. So that's a really nice guitar just to finish it off with this week. Now we're going to have a look at our stock guitars on the screen. So these are the guitars that have already shipped out this week. These are guitars that are sold out of stock from our stock section on our website, and we like to get them boxed up and shipped within the next day or two after the time they're purchased. So we don't hold them off anymore to do a shipping video. We just do this now on the screen, but it's still nice to give you an acknowledgement and a little shout out. So the first one is going out to Ronald in New York, a beautiful Virtuo with candy stripe Padauk and amber back and sides. Then we have Lawrence in Connecticut. This Virtuo, this one is in Pau Ferro with red and the gold Celtic knots there on the fretboard. Then we have David, he's in England, another Virtuo. This one is candy stripe Padauk, and a really nice pattern on that. I just like the big bold red. It's quite different than a lot of the Padauk, and the light in the center that just really frames the pickups. Then we've got Joseph in Hawaii. This is a X30 Pau Ferro with a really nice top on it, and the gold Celtic knots. Then we have Morgan in Texas. This is an X20 with flame maple on the top, finishing red, and looks to me in this picture, doesn't say here, but it looks like it's a vibrant red back and sides, which is quite beautiful. Then we have Ralph in Pennsylvania. The X20 finished in the black carbon with a high vibe pickup system. We have Kenneth in Virginia with another Virtuo. This one's a Pau Ferro as well, and with the black hardware. And we have Samuel in California, another Virtuo. It's been a big week for Virtuos. This one's finished in Kiwazinga and amber back and sides. Ian in England has an Amicus. This one's finished in red carbon, and this being Amicus month, Ian, hopefully you'll have a great time with that one. Maybe send us a little video or something. Ralph in Idaho. Ralph has a Chimera. I wonder what part of Idaho. I'm going to Idaho next year for a wedding. Love Idaho. Now this Chimera finished in red carbon fiber finish and the red back and sides. And actually, it just reminds me, there was a question asked in last week's shipping video about the Chimera. Somebody asked just about why we made it so thin, and the Chimera is quite a slim body. It's a bit slimmer than like the X20 and our other models, but it's deeper than say our Virtuo, and it actually has like a contour back, so it's deeper in the center. And the reason that I did that, when I was designing the Chimera, I wanted to make it that bit more ergonomic. You know, it's a really big wide body, it's a large body, and yeah, really it's just about making it very playable. So it's always that compromise between body size and playability. So that's the reason behind the body size. Then we've got Malcolm in Pennsylvania, another one of the Amicus, finishing that royal ebony with a red transparent over the top, another beauty. And again, as I say, Amicus month, so send us some pictures of your Amicus. And if you're watching this and you do have an Amicus, send us in some pictures, send us some videos. We'd love to feature them on our stories. It's always great to see that. Peter in Canada, an X7, and this one's finished in Koa and an amber back and sides. Then Paul in New York has an X7 finished in teal with that vibrant weave and high vibe pickup system. So that's it for this week. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching it. And remember, if you want me to try and get Kim into next week's shipping video to do it along with me, comment in the comment section. I think that'll be a bit of fun. She knows nothing of this, and I'm not going to tell her that I've talked about her until she sees the shipping video on Friday night. So that'll be a laugh. So I'm probably in trouble. But thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you with me and Kim next week.